So are we live right now?
Yeah, so like it's just been live dead air for a while. But we can just real quick. I took Tech. Me and Ian took Tech against NC State as the Superdog upset. Who'd you take her in?
I took Miami against the Aggies.
That's what you get for talking shit about the Aggies, dude.
Yeah, man, that got cut out. Are you kidding me?
The system knew.
Yeah.
Jesus, the algorithm.
I mean, it is one of those games. Like, I'm honestly, even though I think I got the Aggies at 4, literally the Miami, I wouldn't be surprised if Miami did win. So
I have no confidence
good
in
yet.
King.
That's the thing. Like, Alabama could be bad, or Texas could be great, or Aggies could go undefeated.
But Alabama
the rest of the year. It's like the first 2 weeks are the hardest, is what I was trying to say the other day. Like,
dude, if Haynes King goes out there,
though,
know
know anything.
If Haynes, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. If Haynes King goes out there though, and like, dude, if he looks like hesitant at all the first drive or two, like I'd pull him.
Yeah, but are you Jimbo? What would Jimbo do?
I think Jimbo will pull him this game. I think he will pull him. Here's a hot take. I think he will pull him within the first half if he doesn't look good.
Ooh. I mean, there's a lot of patterns, and I know you're not going to want to hear this, but a lot of the same things that we're hearing about, like Jimbo, and he says his offense is complex and he blames like the complexity on like sometimes the lack of like offensive output. Sounds a lot like Bill O'Brien, and I hope that's not
I don't
the
like
issue.
that excuse either.
Yeah, I mean, because
your job is your main job is to recruit, right, and then put them in the best position to win. Not. And first of all, like you recruited these guys, so if you do have
fit your offense.
Yeah, exactly. If you do have a system, it should fit it already.
And was Jimbo? I mean, he's an offensive guy, but is he like an ex-quarterback or something?
He's ex Saban.
Yeah, I think but I think he was a quarterbacks guy specifically. I think that is right.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
at one time he had a plethora. Like, Jesus.
Dude, with all their recruiting, they should just line up. Honestly, like one year, when Texas had a really shitty quarterback, we just started lining up in the Spooks Dozer package and running it, just because our athletes could at least beat the other athletes. And if they're not throwing it, the Aggies can just run their 47 linemen out there and just run the ball.
Okay. I mean, yeah, the defense wasn't quite as dominating as I would have hoped, but it's going to take a year for those guys to mature.
Yeah, those next year is just going to be deep on defense because y'all sign like
the old next year. Next year. Believe me and Nick both took Kansas City, and then Ian went the other way. Chargers.
On NFL, yeah. So me and Ren took Washington plus 1.5 at Detroit. The air attack of the Wentz of Carson Wentz is going to get it done.
And when you got Jared Goff at QB, you always bet the other team's going to win.
Yeah, and then me and Ren went with Kansas City -4 at home against the Chargers. Ian took the points because he's a scrub.
Yeah, taking the points.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, KC's defense is not – they're not highly touted. I mean, this game could go either way. You're getting 4 points.
True.
Yeah, but one has Mahomes and Kelsey, and they're so annoying in fantasy football that I just go ahead and translate that to real life football, and that's KC over the Chargers. Give me a Chargers fantasy football player and go.
Sound logic.
Yeah, nobody. But y'all got Texas and Denver.
I took Denver -10.
Survivors.
Oh, I took Texans in the points. Give me a 10 burger and Davis Mills, future MVP.
Oh yeah, Ian took Denver for Survivor, and Ren took Cincinnati. Probably two pretty safe bets.
Yeah, I forgot that I should be saving the safer teams. And I've used two pretty damn good ones, week 1 and 2.
Yeah, I
forgot the whole concept of Survivor since last year. I was knocked out week 1.
I thought for sure the Titans would beat the Giants, but I was wrong.
Yeah, I've been in Nick's position, I think, 2 years in a row. where my first pick, I was trying to go like a mediocre, and I think this is a good win. And I was out week 1, so I went for sure week 1, burn the Ravens. And now I'm going Denver, who I feel like won't be as good the remaining, for the rest of the season. So I'm trying to get their win in now. And if the Texans, if Davis Mills gets better, it won't be easy to pick against them. But this is going to be their first real competition. The Colts look like garbage, and Matt Ryan's like 47 years old. So
yeah,
it was basically their Super Bowl, and they got a tie.
A lot of the survivors picking losers too, not necessarily picking winners.
Well said. Well said.
Yeah.
Should we do a death pool? Should we start a death pool week 3?
Dude, yes. Are you talking about like celebrity deaths and stuff?
Well, that is what death pool is. But I couldn't think of the name for like picking the loser, like the team that will lose. But if you want to go celebrity death pool, unfortunately, none of us got
on the celebrity death pool.
Yeah, dude, I thought that'd be awesome.
He would have been picking
the sports triple crown trifecta with celebrity death pool.
Dude, yeah, and so like what we do is like, so you would rank your celebrities or people, and like your rating system would essentially be like, oh dude, this would be great. Okay, so you can pick people and you get like a 1 year, 2 year, and like 3 year window or something. And so if it hits within a year, it's worth more points. But also if you don't hit within a year, they go back into the pool.
Well, the thing about I feel like the points though for celebrity death pool got to be separate from sports, because it's so rare that you get any points that when you do, it's like a mega point advantage to you.
Oh yeah, this is totally outside of the sports world.
Oh, okay.
Unless we want to do a sports specific death pool.
Which NFL players are going to die this year?
Dude, we've already had fun.
Yeah, that would actually make that'd be pretty interesting.
God damn. Who came out of Miami?
So each year we would we'd pick a certain date, and everything would just roll over. We redraft.
Comment below if you want to see us do a sports death pool.
Very advertiser friendly, having a death pool on my videos.
All right, Nick, run back through your picks, Nick. I think you only made it through like.
All right, KC -4 at home tonight against the Chargers. Commanders +1.5 at Detroit. Miami, Baltimore over 44.5. Atlanta +10.5 at the Rams. I'm just not confident on the Rams. 10.5 is a lot of points.
That is a lot. I didn't bet that game. I didn't bet them, but I could see them jumping up and destroying somebody. But also 10.5 is a hell of a lot. You're only gonna get those in like the week 1s and 2s.
Yeah, and so you just need Atlanta to hang on, Although it is a cross country road trip too, which kind of sucks.
It's a Super Bowl hangover year thing for the Rams.
That's right. They're gonna send card. Then they're
gonna come out and dominate.
Yeah, I hope. I just want Atlanta to hang around. And then Indianapolis -4 at Jacksonville. I think Indianapolis is going to be pretty good this year.
We just tied them.
Yeah, but still, new quarterback and everything. I think they'll figure it out.
Yeah, was Jonathan Taylor playing, Ryan? I didn't watch the game.
He was destroying us. Yes.
Interesting.
Our defense was playing, really good, surprisingly.
Sounds like a bend don't break if he was destroying us, but they didn't put up any points.
Yeah, Lovie Smith is doing his old cover too, like he was on the Bears. Bend don't break the whole way, and then Matt Ryan would throw an interception or get sacked, fumbled. But
Jacksonville might be decent this year too.
Who?
Jacksonville.
Yeah, that's a good point you just made, Ryan. We had 2 sack fumbles in that game, so it does look a lot worse for Indianapolis than it probably was.
Yeah,
but it's Matt Ryan. He's known for holding the ball.
Yeah, but Texans aren't known for sacks.
Matt Ryan has had probably the most weapons in the last 5 years besides Tom Brady, and he's still not done anything.
Ryan, that's the most insane statement you've ever said, because who has Matt Ryan had?
That's the most insane?
Yes.
Nick, go ahead, Nick. Picks. let's get through next picks in. He has a lot.
All right. Then I took Pittsburgh straight up at home versus New England. So I'll get 1.5 points if that hits.
I took the old ball coach -2 at Pittsburgh.
That's
Of course you did.
that's one of those 2.5 point spreads, huh?
Actually, I think it's up to 3 right now.
3. Yeah, that's.
Oh, let me go
That's
ahead and
one
make
that-
this a 3.
New England looked.
Wait, why would I want to put the Pats at
New
negative?
England look horrible.
Yeah, which was unexpected, but I guess it's just starting to prove that it was all Tom Brady. Am I right,
I guess
Nick?
so. That's
Wait,
really
Pittsburgh also
that's really the
looked
only
horrible.
conclusion I can draw.
These are
Yeah.
two horrible teams going up against each other.
Ryan, you
The
ignoring
line
what
is
we're saying?
2.
Yeah. Who is Pittsburgh's quarterback?
Don't need one. Have you seen their defense?
It was an ugly game. I think Boswell had to kick a game winner.
No, the Steelers defense dominated last game too.
Yeah, and TJ Watt went down, but they I forget the linebacker they signed in the offseason, a pretty big name.
Didn't a safety kick a field goal?
Mitchell Trubisky.
That's a
Mitch. Oh, Mitch. North Carolina Tar Heels.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Did y'all hear that?
Yeah, we did hear that one.
That one came in loud and clear?
Nah,
Yeah.
not loud and clear, but it sounded like he had a little baby air horn.
I thought
Okay.
Ian was doing it.
I'm going to have to figure out why it's... Was that better?
What was that, Nick?
I didn't hear anything.
Damn. I gotta figure out why it's
think-
not like going over well. It's not connecting.
I think
well.
you have to be the hot mic at the time.
Yeah, I'm going to have to figure it out. It might be Discord too. But anyways, doesn't
Good
matter.
old.
Let's see. Then I got Tampa Bay and New Orleans over 44. I think that's doable.
I didn't even pick that game.
Tom Brady has never beaten New Orleans since he's been to Tampa.
Yeah, I saw that stat. It's kind of interesting.
I didn't know about over and under, so I might be updating my list a little bit.
Yeah. And then I went against the rule again. I took the lowest game, Seattle San Fran, 41.5, and I went over.
Yeah, I saw that Seattle was rolling out Geno Smith and a super conservative offensive attack. Did y'all see that? It was
Yeah,
just
no,
Geno,
like yeah, they won. They beat Denver.
but I saw at one point he was like 10 to 12 for like 70 something yards, and he was they were just relying on straight defense and
The old
I mean,
Jimmy
it was a
G
big,
offense,
you know,
huh?
the crowd was pumped up to beat Russell Wilson, but it was
Really
really surprising to see.
surprises me that Geno Smith is in the league.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, it is
isn't there a
crazy he's
quarterback
hanging around.
currently searching? Is it Garoppolo still a free agent?
Oh, another one. No.
No,
Garoppolo's on the
he's on the
49ers.
team.
What?
He's on the 49ers.
Yeah, he just
Oh,
signed
I
a
thought
contract.
I thought I read the other day that no team has like wanted him. Did he like try to get out of 49ers?
Yeah, because
or-
they're going with
No,
Trey
there's-
Lance.
yeah, Trey Lance.
Yeah,
So I
but
think he wanted out.
Trey
and they were
Lance
trying to
looked
see what they could get for
garbage
him.
last year. I don't know. Trey Lance is more of a long project, I think. I don't think he's going to come in like Aaron Rodgers after a year. Like, Trey Lance, what would they just put him in? You're like, well, they're going to throw a bomb. In the playoffs last year,
Yeah, I like.
then
Who's the guy in Chicago again? God damn it.
Justin Fields.
the guy
Yeah,
from Ohio
I like
State,
Justin
yeah,
Fields better than Trey Lance.
for sure.
Justin Fields.
Speaking of movement, isn't Flacco on the Jets now?
Yeah, because Wilson got hurt. That's the only reason he
Dude,
played.
this year is crazy. Like, this much quarterback movement, at least. That's like 6 or 8 that have moved.
Does seem like a lot.
Notable ones.
Yeah, usually NFL doesn't have like a lot of movement like other sports,
That's
or as
for
much
sure.
it seems. Anyways, all right,
Especially now.
Seattle. Then I took Seattle plus 9.5 at San Fran.
Mm.
I'm just not a big believer in San Fran. If you don't think Trey Lance is gonna, I don't think that offense. I just have no faith in it.
That's
Wait, who's the starter?
Trey Lance is starting at San Fran.
So where's Garoppolo?
He's in San Fran too.
So he signed that contract for being a backup?
I guess so.
I mean, I might have read it wrong, but I'm pretty sure he signed an extension. He's probably betting on Trey Lance sucking. I mean, he's supposed to be teaching him up, but still.
I don't know. Yeah, Jimmy G's their backup though for sure.
I mean, Jimmy G was a. We can go on and on about Jimmy G. Who do you got next?
He was like a Trent Dilfer kind of, I guess.
I'm reading right now that Garoppolo was expected to be traded or released this offseason, but he remains on the roster. So I think that's why I thought like no one had signed him. He's still there, but I feel like they wanted to trade him and no one really wanted to take him. I heard Steve Young talking about it before the game, Seattle-Denver game. And he was talking about
there's a little team down in Houston who could have taken Jimmy G.
Well, no, I think we're betting on a rebuild.
We're betting on Davis Mills, just like Stephen Wright.
Shout out Stephen Wright.
Yeah, shout out to
Stephen
the
Wright
card master.
watching, and we know that you are. Shout out.
He's the one viewer we have.
Oh man, didn't we have like 2 viewers one time or 2 listeners one time there?
Yeah, I think so. All-time high.
God, we are so big right now. With the next thing.
So then I also took Chicago plus 10 at Green Bay.
Oh, I left
Chicago's
that game well.
one of my.
Nope, I took Green Bay minus 10 over Chicago.
Chicago's one of my surprise teams this year.
I don't know. I'm thinking it's at Lambeau, right? I'm thinking what's his name goes in there, takes a little turd in his pants. It's a little afraid. It's not gonna be cold, but
Fields.
Yeah,
he's been in a lot of big games though.
Yeah.
Fields is only his second year.
We'll see. One thing I'm worried about Chicago is it seems like Fields did everything to move that offense, and nobody was helping him. It was
they had some bad weather too, though.
Making incredible plays.
I couldn't even name their running back or receiver on their team.
Montgomery, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Montgomery.
Then I took Denver minus 10.
Who?
I took Denver minus 10 at home versus Houston.
I went the other way on that.
Hard to argue either side.
Yeah.
That's a deal.
Especially with those big lines, and then if one of them's the Texans.
I might make Denver a 2. In fact, I just did.
I might make Texans a 4.
And then I took Washington Detroit over 48.5.
Was Washington
and Detroit both put up points last week.
I think you're gonna do. You could do like really well because I feel like the first couple weeks is the time to get those over and unders if you get them correct because there's still such a toss up. And
yeah,
I will admit I pick more college games every week because I don't watch NFL. Mainly because the Texans have sucked so much balls like for years. It's just boring, and the Longhorns are just a sleeping juggernaut.
I've always liked the NFL more just because I feel like I know what I'm gonna get out of. It's like a lot easier to predict versus like kids or younger men, who like maybe aren't used to the spotlight or haven't seen a particular defense or something like that.
Yeah, the hype factor, like getting hyped up in college, is so much more like legitimate, like a home humongous game or whatever. Plays a lot more in college.
Can we all take a moment to be happy that Notre Dame lost to Marshall?
Yeah,
that is so fucking awesome that we don't have to hear about them at the end of the year for playing a bitch schedule.
Aren't they going to go to the ACC or what? They should do that.
They've been playing this weird like
That's
3/4
basketball.
ACC schedule, right? No, I think it's football as well.
They
I know
play
in the
heavy
basketball
ACC
there.
schedule.
No, they
Yeah.
might be full ACC in basketball actually.
It might. Yeah, let me hear it. Nick, keep going. I'll look it up.
And then I also took Cincinnati -7.5 at Dallas.
You
Yeah,
got
what's
7.5?
Yeah, that's the line, 7.5.
What's the Dallas quarterback sitch?
Cooper Rush, I think.
Oh, I got 7.
Who was Cooper Rush?
I don't know, dude. I'm a Cowboys fan. I couldn't tell you. I'm just kidding. He's been our backup for a while, but I mean, I don't know.
Oh, because
I mean,
what's his
obviously we're rolling
name
with
was going to
Dak,
hit free
right? So-
agency, and he was a beast. That backup for Zeke. Paul,
the guy.
no.
The guy.
Was it
Pollard. Yeah,
Yeah, dude, he was a monster last year.
he's still with us.
What? He ain't starting?
No, we have Ezekiel Elliott.
Oh, who were y'all just saying about who? Who the
No, I
hell?
was
Rush,
about the quarterback, Ryan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw him on Hard Knocks. I like that guy. Is that all your,
I'm just more playing
picks
against
there?
Dallas than Cincinnati.
Can we get a dead air check?
What do you mean? I can hear you.
Are we on? Are we live or are we on?
Yeah,
dead
we're
air?
still live.
Okay, just make sure. We don't want to whiffle.
I'm looking at Notre Dame's schedule, and
Oh god.
yeah, I am glad they lost because other than BYU, and then I think they got USC their last game of the year. It was kind of some North Carolina. That's not too bad, but it's not an ACC schedule like I thought.
They
Yeah,
played Clemson last
maybe
year, I
you're
think.
right, Ryan. Maybe the ACC is for basketball only.
Yeah. Because they're still independent, so they still got that deal with.
Independent.
Do they still have that deal with what is it? CBS or?
NBC. They're independently shitty. That's for sure.
I'm into that. All right, Nick, you done with your 14?
And then
Was
my
that pun
last NFL pick is Chicago Green Bay over 42.5.
Chicago or Green Bay?
Yeah, I
Okay.
feel like if you're going with Chicago +10, it's not a bad move to go with the over.
Because that's already 10. Yeah. I mean,
No, it's +10. I'm just meaning
That's
like
what I'm saying.
You think Chicago's got a chance, so they got to be putting up some points, which is going to run that total over.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, you're telling me it's going to be what's a low-scoring game, 42.5. Like, anything around 40 is pretty low. But yet you're giving Chicago 10 points. That just doesn't sit with me. You know what I mean? That doesn't drive real well in my head.
Have you guys been doing like, Ryan? I mean, I know you haven't. I've been seeing you've been just going balls out on betting. Have you guys been going kind of conservatively as on y'all's ratings as far as 1s, 2s, and 4s?
I tend to go more conservative and only pick a few locks or a few confident ones.
Yeah, I feel
I
like
got
early.
6 4s today.
What was that, Ren?
Oh, 7. I have 7 4s. today.
Yeah, Red
Yeah.
loves the lock.
Yeah, you're the wild
I'm
card.
pretty much trying to get right back in it, or else
Dude,
I'm
you
gonna
need
have to slow crawl it if this doesn't work this week.
You should try to. That's what I was saying. You should try to chip away. And my original point was, I think that, first few weeks at least, I've been going really conservative. I don't think I have any 4s except for I did 4 for the Aggies Miami. Might change. I don't know. I really think the Aggies are just way more talented, and I'm hoping that Jimbo Fisher overlooked App State and was completely preparing for Miami, and that they're over prepared.
You need to check your blood type, bro. You've been giving the Aggies too much credit here.
You gotta figure too,
bleed-
like
you
Aggies
might
are
bleed
pissed as
maroon.
well.
I follow recruiting a lot, so I just know that their team is stacked. Doesn't mean they put it together, but I just know that as far as them compared to Miami, and Miami's been consistently overrated, like the turnover chain, and then they suck, and then Manny Diaz, like Texas reject, was coaching their team for like a few years. I don't know.
Right.
Sorry. I took this way off.
No,
I
I mean,
run through.
it's a good point
real
because the
quick.
Aggies are like in a pretty big make or break like this next year or two. Like they have to. I guess it's hard to say because like they keep getting better every year though. Like that's why it's hard for me to be upset. Like Jimbo's already recruited to a level we could only dream of previously. So like it's really hard for me to be upset. Like this he's made our defense, which has always been historically since like the 90s, has always been like pretty bad. And like he took our defense to like immediately just made them a beast.
I will give you this. Think about this. If you had Kellen Mond at his best right now, y'all be pretty legit. Like Kellen Mond's senior year, where he learned to throw more than 10 yards. Like,
yeah, like I think Jimbo's one quarterback away. I mean, or at least he's like one hit away, like one finding that groove or niche away from my opinion, from like at least being able to say like we have a legitimate shot.
I mean, he's right there. I mean, like, how are you gonna be right? I mean, are you on the hot seat for being so close and then not getting over the hump, but you are getting that close, or
I mean, dude, he just turned in the best recruiting class of all time. You know, like it's really hard.
What I'm saying.
Yeah, but like that thing just doesn't happen the next year. Like that recruiting classes don't just translate the next year. It's usually 2 or 3 years down the road.
Yeah,
it would have worked for the Longhorns. I think the old mullet wouldn't have got hurt. But
what you guys have been saying is exactly why I think the Aggies can cover this, because like to Nick's point, like they should be increasing every year. So this is the make or break. Like if they lose this, like, you know, he's really gonna have a fire under his ass, because that's like 2 straight, and it's gonna be like, you know, the media narrative of Aggies are gone, blah blah blah. Like their season sucks. It's Jimbo Fisher on the hot seat, whatever. And so I think they know that they do have the talent because he's been recruiting his ass off, and it seems like just way more important to them this game than what Miami is gonna be bringing. Like Miami's not expected to do anything. Like 2 years ago,
they're Aggies they're 16th in the nation.
Right, but they're not. I mean, this isn't like no one coming into this year had any hopes. The Aggies had hopes this year, and it's either this game could turn it into like a train wreck, or to okay, they're back on track. They fucked up with App State. Like, you know, things aren't so bad. It could be like burning down, or just kind of back on track. People will slowly forget about App State. No one expected anything about them.
We can talk about the Aggies when we get to college.
Like the thing about me is like as an Aggie, like if you're getting me top 10 recruiting classes every year, like I'm pretty okay. I'm pretty content with that. Like I think eventually, right, you'll figure it out, or you'll hit one or something like that, you know.
Or like you just bring in, like you got this. I mean, bad example using like Charlie Strong or the other guy, like somebody just new or whatever, and then it just hypes the players up for that year because they could be getting tired of Jimbo for all we know.
No,
I mean, if he keeps blaming his own offense on stuff, he recruits the players. If it's his offense, he should be recruiting for that offense.
So let's also be clear. This is technically Jimbo's like second year with his players, and he's gotten better every single year. So I mean, that's what I mean. Like the App State game, I think, is being a little overblown, but really, he's. I mean, think about it. If Haynes King was the guy we thought he was, like the story would be totally different.
He with the #1 recruiting class, he's bought himself easily another year, because now with the transfer portal especially, they don't want to get rid of Jimbo Fisher and signal to all those guys they just signed that, hey, we don't believe in them, and then they'll transfer everywhere. So he's easily, more than ever, probably got 1 or 2 years. And it's not like he's a bad coach. It's kind of just one game that we shouldn't even be talking about it this much. But I mean,
the thing is, like in the SEC though, like you were kind of saying, like there's always that out of like if you can do beat well in the SEC, if you can beat a few big teams and beat the other guys you're supposed to, you're right back in it. But
I mean, I don't
that's
know
one thing that F to me. Did Kentucky lose to Vanderbilt? Who did something happen? Kentucky beat
Florida.
God. Florida was
SEC
supposed to be
dominant.
a juggernaut, I thought.
Well, now there's a new juggernaut in the SEC. That's Kentucky.
Did you just hear what came out of your mouth? Oh, dude. Imagine if we were on streams, we'd be laughing for 20 minutes.
Ryan, what are your week 2 NFL picks?
I got all winners here. KC, -4 at home. Wax ass against the Chargers. Texans, already talked about, +10. Couldn't turn that down. Davis Mills looks good. Denver, I don't know. What did they get?
Texans
Russell Wilson, and that's about it.
I can't believe you're taking the Texans +10.
Somebody else? Yeah. Browns took them -6.5 versus the old Flacco Jets.
I'm going to take a quick piss break.
That's fine. Ratings just went up. Washington. I took Washington 1.5 at Detroit just because Jared Goff is garbage in my opinion, and no, pretty much just because Jared Goff is the quarterback of Detroit.
Dude, I don't think Goff's that bad.
Dude, it is crazy to me that he went to a Super Bowl and barely lost to the Patriots, and then all of a sudden, it's like he couldn't throw the ball. I mean, Sean McVay is a beast of a coach. Like, if you want to get rid of Jimbo, I think you'd be happy with McVay.
Oh well, yeah, no shit. Yeah, but I mean,
I mean, like, Jesus,
there's
that
not a
guy.
lot of guys.
I mean, and he's also the youngest guy in the NFL, right? He's like was hired in his 30s, maybe. He was. I think he beat the Lane Kiffin record. Yes, Lane Kiffin.
Probably.
Oh my God, the old Kiffy cat.
The old filling up.
Yeah. I took the Patriots -2 at Pittsburgh. I think that's just going to be a.
Ooh, so you and Nick went ways.
Yeah, I think it's going to be an ugly game.
We disagree on a lot.
Yeah.
Although we agree on the other half too.
Ryan,
I took what?
Those are 2 4s in a row. So do you have like any?
That is 2 4s in a row. Dropped a 4 on the old ball coach. Just been talking a lot of shit about him.
Dude, the Pats looked horrible last week. How can you take them? I don't even know how they're favored, to be honest.
I mean, if you do want to take a team after a loss and you got Belichick, it's kind of
exactly. The guy ran the ball 6 times in one game and won a game.
On the road though, at Pittsburgh, I think Pittsburgh crushes them, man.
I don't even know Pittsburgh. Oh, Mitch Trubisky.
You didn't know their quarterback, but you put a 4 on them, and you also have a 4 as well on Washington, Detroit. Is there any reason for that?
Yeah, Jared Goff. Jared Goff is the choice quarterback.
Okay.
Good
but I mean,
Washington. Sound logic. It checks out.
But I got Baltimore beating Miami. I mean, Tua. I don't know. Tua plays good or he plays like garbage.
Yeah, but this year they've loaded up with receivers.
I know they loaded up with they got Tyreek Hill now.
Yeah.
He just hit. And Tua could throw the deep ball, so you might talk me out of it right now. But I mean, it's Baltimore. I mean, what's his name? Balls out, and he's like, yeah, I don't think it'd be that hard. I mean, they're at Baltimore. I'm pretty sure.
It could be an overreaction to Miami's first week as well.
Bengals at Dallas. I mean, didn't Dak Prescott get hurt, or did I dream that?
Yeah. That's a good play. I agreed with you on that one.
Yeah.
The fact that you came in with a 4 and you didn't know the QB was hurt.
I knew he was hurt. Then I got Green Bay, Chicago. I think me and Nick with the opposite on that one.
Yeah.
I took Green Bay -10 at home. I think what's his name, like Ian said, has to do all the work himself, Fields. And I mean, coming in Lambeau
last week too.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Rodgers gonna ball out. This pick, of course, it's a 1. The Giants -2 versus the Baker Mayfield Panthers.
I'd probably go Carolina if I had to pick that one with the points.
Yeah, the Giants are garbage.
I mean, but the Giants running back is a beast.
Saquon?
Saquon, yeah.
Dude, you know who the other running back is on the other side, right?
Well, yeah, but I feel like if they load the box, like, is Mayfield gonna beat them?
Saquon is definitely.
He's not McCaffrey. He's not.
Both
yeah,
injured
Nick's
running
right.
backs.
They got the
Actually,
best
it's kinda
running
funny.
back at Carolina, but if they load the box, I'm not. I mean, who is Mayfield gonna throw it to, and is
Dude,
Mayfield gonna
Jones-
get him out of trouble? No.
I don't know. Jones
Huh?
to me looks even worse than Mayfield with the eye test. That's just me.
Oh yeah. No. When it comes to quarterbacks in general, yeah. I mean, what's his name was I think benched all last year almost, or was he hurt? But I mean, first of all, he's out of Duke. I never even thought he was gonna get drafted. But yeah, no. I think if Mayfield ever got in the right position, he'd be a lot better. Like, cause he was on the up and up, and then
He needs to be
Just
more of a
kinda-
West Coast guy. It feels like to me.
and I feel like he's too much for the commercials and not for the putting in the work.
Yeah, I feel
He
like
is-
everyone gets that rap though. Like if they don't deliver on the field, it could just be that he's just not that good.
I mean, he's above average for sure.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I mean
but
for sure
yeah.
he deserves to be on an NFL roster.
Unlike Geno Smith. Oh, I would be so happy if my coach came to me and, oh, we got Baker and we can let Geno go.
Gino,
Yeah.
if you're hearing this, you want to call into the show, let me know.
Do you know if you're listening, and we know that you are?
All right, now we
First
got.
time caller,
wait,
long
Ian,
time.
you have any different picks? Oh yeah, you took the Panthers.
Who are we talking about? Are we going through my picks now?
Yeah.
You got any standout different ones than what we've already said?
I mean, Chargers is my obvious one that you guys went one way, I went the other. I feel like I don't think Kansas City really stumps people. And you're getting 4 points. It's week 2. Kansas City, I feel like Vegas knows the public's always on Kansas City. So I'm just going to take the Chargers and the points because it's kind of a toss-up anyways. It's not like the Chargers were garbage either.
I mean,
No, Chargers are
you
good.
gotta
It should
take
be a
this
good
though.
game.
KC at home, and they're only getting down, losing 4 points at home. Like, that's not going to happen probably the rest of the year.
The fact that they're only a 4-point favorite at home kind of speaks to me.
Yeah. Well, I guess the argument goes both ways.
I mean, Chargers are a good team.
Right. I
So-
mean,
so are the Chiefs. Chargers
That's what
probably
I mean.
have a
That's why
better
it's
defense.
that's why the spread's only 4. I mean, Chargers are respectable. The over under is 53 too, which is the
honestly, woo, I'm gonna do a first ever in the sports betting Triple Crown Trifecta live podcast, changing my pick on the air to Panthers straight up over the Giants.
highest. Everyone's
'Cause that's
watching you
not
live. Everyone's watching you live with bated breath.
Here we go. Changed it straight up, picking the Panthers over the Giants. Wait. Does it have to be? Has to be more than 2. I mean, damn.
Two or more. So the way I've been
2 or-
doing is I've been writing in the money line instead of the spread. So it looks like it's plus 105 if you want to write that in. Panthers plus 105 at Giants.
Wait, Panthers plus 105. Because, I mean, honestly, the Giants have looked so bad since Daniel Jones has been there. I don't understand.
I can't believe the Giants lost, dude. I'm still fucking pissed about that.
Yeah, you had them.
Like,
Did you have them as a big game or what?
Yeah, I had them as my survivor. I'm in that other survivor league with Kenny, There's like,
dang, dude, how many you lose week 1s?
well, so actually this year is a down year. I'm only in one survivor and one fantasy league, which is a low. That's a very low watermark for me since I've started.
Neither.
Yeah, I did 0.
Yeah, but I'm in that other
this year.
survivor league with Kenny, and half of the people got knocked out this year, week 1. It's like a big league too, so it was pretty crazy.
Yeah, they have a lot of money going in his work league, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of people, and 50% of people got knocked out this week.
Yeah. What about Kenny?
All right. So I did Colts -4, Jags. Jags have been horrible. Colts, I feel like this line is down because of the Texans game.
Speaking of
Rams.
QBs, who are the Jags quarterback?
Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence. But I mean, they've had to recover after Urban Meyer. They just
Jerks
never
off
looked
by
good last year. The Colts are expected to win the division. I just think, I mean, like I said, 2 sack fumbles. That was just, bad luck. I think they should easily cover 4 points. Got them as a 2, though. I don't really give out 4s that easily early on, as y'all know. Saved it for the Aggies, surprisingly. Rams minus 10.5, simply because the Falcons suck.
Yeah, that's a cross-country game, too. I'm kind of doubting that game more, but I'll take the 10.5. That's just too many points for me to pass up.
Who's at home in that game?
Rams.
And y'all took who?
I took Rams minus 10. I think Nick took Falcons plus 10.5.
Nice.
I got Texans plus 10 at Broncos. Nothing to do with the Texans week 1. More about how bad the Broncos. I think it's just the big name splash offseason that they're getting more hype than they should.
I feel like we got someone else besides Wilson. Didn't he bring someone else from did they get that beast receiver?
Metcalf? No.
Well, I felt like he was trying to get someone to come.
If they signed someone else, I'm not sure. I can't remember.
I don't know. Is Von Miller still playing?
No, he's with the Rams now.
Of course.
Oh no, Von Miller's with the Bills now.
With the Tampa?
No, with the Bills.
Oh no, dang.
Remember, because the Rams were gonna sign him, but they wanted to give him some kind of hometown. Yeah, something like that, or he turned it down or something. I believe that's.
Dude, the Bills, man, that's a good sleeper Super Bowl team right there.
That's not a sleeper. They're the favorite.
I know. Are they the favorite?
Yeah, they're like a heavy time favorite, I think. Absolutely.
Yeah, the Bills have been. Yeah, dude, they've been. One of the top favorites for a couple years.
Yeah, Josh Allen pisses me off every time I'm facing fantasy. Took the year off.
Yeah, then I got Eagles minus 2.5 versus Minnesota. I'm not sure why I gave that one a 2 exactly. I couldn't even explain it right now. The team seemed kind of very evenly matched to me.
Minnesota, man. Yeah, I don't know. The Eagles. I was saying I used to not be a fan of who were we just talking about?
Jalen Hurts. Oh.
Yeah, Hurts is one of those guys I'm kind of coming around on. Who was the other guy we were just talking about? Oh, Russell Wilson. I used to not quite be I thought he was a little overhyped, but he's kind of won me over the last few years.
Yeah, I feel like winning a Super Bowl and then going to another one will do that.
Yeah. None of that.
Well, he's just been very consistent.
He learned how to not get hit.
Yeah, exactly.
Hurts is gonna have to learn that because even though Hurts could probably run over a lot of people, but I mean,
both these teams they get up and they look great, or they just they jump the play down. Like Eagles beating somebody's not surprising. Minnesota beating somebody's not surprising. They're like those. They remind me a lot of
that's a coin flip. Where are they at?
They're at Philly, and
right.
it's a lot like
3 points. So that's 3 points for Philly.
Right.
So if they're on a neutral field, who'd be favored?
Minnesota would barely be favored.
Right. Yeah, so it's basically a coin flip.
Right.
So it should be Eagles minus 3, but they're minus 2.5. So they think on a neutral field, Minnesota's a half point better.
Right. Yeah, it goes. I think it's 3. Yeah, for home. Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, I feel like the line. I think my thing was that the Packers looked so bad that they gave a lot of credit to Minnesota. That I'm just gonna blame them. Why the fuck does Aaron Rodgers care this early?
Yeah, Minnesota feels like another team that's due for a breakout.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers.
Wait, who did they play week 1? Wasn't it the Packers?
I think so, yeah.
Who won?
Minnesota, I believe.
So much I was paying attention. I was watching the Eagles. They looked up. They were up by 20. I was like, oh, man, 4 points there.
Yeah, they crushed
and
Green Bay, 23-7.
They blew it. They blew it. They won, I think, but they blew the spread.
I think, yeah, I didn't pick a
Jalen
lot of
Hurts is hard to prepare for. And he's getting around his receivers of Rager and
God, Ren loves Rodgers.
I'm very surprised though that I didn't think he would be even an NFL quarterback, and he's done pretty well. I mean, he won me over pretty quickly by the fact that he just didn't suck. Like, he actually looked like he had some promise.
I feel like
somebody who they were like.
I mean, everybody thought he'd
running
be a
back.
tight end. Yeah, they want not a running back, a tight end or a Seneca Wallace type receiver.
Typical Big 12.
Who else do you got in the NFL?
That's it. Those are my only NFL picks. That's what I was going to say. I haven't been picking a lot these first couple of weeks. Kind of strategically, and also kind of because I have no reads really on any teams. And contrary to you, Ryan, who had 3 4, that's this week, had 2 4s in week 1.
NFL. No,
Nick had 1 4 in week 1.
I missed every single 4 in week 1. That really hurt.
Right.
College and NFL.
And I felt like I couldn't
Nick,
lock
yeah?
it down.
Yeah,
I do like Nick going from 1, 2 to 4 because 3 would be too easy. 4 really makes you pay.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
4 point
You gotta,
negatives.
yeah,
and-
a lock's got to mean something.
Yeah, and obviously you can see like in the standings. And for those of you who don't know, Ryan is -16. Nick is -2. I am -1 after 1 week.
So we're on here giving picks and we were -19.
Yeah, I mean,
Week 1, it was a test trial.
at least I could say that my college picks week 1 averaged out to a 0.
And had I not hit my super dog, we would have been -24.
What happens if we run over 6-7 games and we hit an Applebee's? Just
One second.
Boom. We just all of them win.
The way I see it, that just means we are due for a breakout this week.
I think what we should do though is if we have 4s, we should parlay them, and then we'll also make,
dude, that's a good idea.
and then,
We should
so
get like
each week we parlay all our 4-pointers, and then we'll make assholes like Ryan who picked 4 of them not do that. Well, actually, if you combine college this week, Ryan has 1,
Are you
2,
trying to
3,
tell
4.
me we all put our 4 points together?
Yeah, we combine them all into one parlay.
But the guy who's trying to catch up couldn't he end up?
No, because you don't need to do that. It's only
we
week
should
2.
bet on the 4s that we agree on.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'll be good once Ryan figures out you don't need to catch up. You don't need to go for broke. And
I'm not going for broke. And also, watch your mouth. It's only week 2. So
I think Ren was thinking he wanted to sprinkle the ranges around instead of just thinking okay, a 4 I have to be 200% sure. I think he was like, I want some 1s, I want some 2s.
give me some 4s.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, you can't have 1s and 2s. I mean, we're not speaking binary. Binaries 1 and 0.
I didn't do a 4 till this week, Ryan, and we still haven't.
What do you think about this score, guys? Moving into college, Georgia -24.5 against SC, South Carolina.
I
had
did
those
like
as
that
well.
game a lot.
You what? I think 24 is a low number for Georgia.
We're all in agreement on that one.
That's my 4. First 4.
We should
guys
throw
got them?
parlays on all 2s and above that we unanimously agree on.
2s and above.
What does the parlay mean, though?
We just throw $1 on it or something.
No, Ryan, literally, we make a bet.
Oh, gotcha. Smart. I thought this was something like this. I was like, what does this have to do? Gotcha. All right, makes sense.
No, I think that Georgia, after what they did to Oregon, in FC.
This number I feel is low, but also Vegas knows, something.
You think it's low?
I think it's because South Carolina is not nearly that game against Oregon. That's big time national TV. South Carolina is just some scrub. I mean, they got Spencer Rattler, but half the country probably didn't even know that, and they haven't been good in like 10 years.
They got crushed by Arkansas. I guess not crushed, but
dude, is Arkansas still beasting this year, like they were last year in the run game?
They're ranked 16th.
Arkansas. Yeah.
Man, they were watching them just run was.
They beat Cincinnati opening
running
week.
Back.
Yeah, they've kind of built it around their quarterback, who's not the best thrower, but he's such a big dude, and they've got huge linemen. They've kind of just designed the offense around him just running, the running back running, and the coach is really good. I forget his name right now, but he's come in and had some pretty good success, and he didn't beat Bama, but he played him close. He beat the Aggies last year after they beat Bama or before they beat Bama? Might have been before.
A&M's definitely going to have a chance to get themselves out of this hole. They play Miami, then they play Arkansas. Oh, wow. It looks like they, on ESPN, it looks like they project where people are going to be ranked. It looks like they have Arkansas being number 10 in a couple weeks.
Is this the FBI?
Or is Arkansas ranked 10 now?
I don't know.
I know
they are ranked 10 now.
ESPN released their FPI of like the people that they still think could make the bowls, the playoffs. And it was the usual suspects. They have Texas in the 7th spot, but I think that's because our out of conference was Bama. UTSA won Conference USA, so that's helping not being like a super scrub. They're not like a really good team. And then I think they're projecting us beating Oklahoma, which helps our FPI, like gives us like a 12%. But the Aggies, if they win out...
If we win out, we're going to have a pretty impressive resume.
The thing is, though, if y'all win out, it's hard. Bama can be like, we lost to the Aggies, but then people are like, but Aggies lost to App State, and we lost
our
to
one loss is worse than theirs, yeah.
But, so it kind of depends on, like, how much credit you give to head-to-head.
But we would win the SEC if that happened, which it probably won't. But if that happened, we would win the SEC. We'd go to the SEC conference game. If we won that, then it'd be really hard to deny us.
Oh, yeah. Yes, you're right. If the Aggies went out and beat Georgia, you can't leave them.
Yeah, there's absolutely no way they're not going.
Yeah.
They'd probably be number 1 at that point if that happened. They'd have to be.
Does anyone want to talk about how the lack of offense is clearly why the SEC begged Texas and Oklahoma to come?
I think that speaks for itself. I mean, we don't really need to go over it.
That was a joke, but I mean, Bama's the guys you guys are scared of. Those dudes are pretty.
You saw Quentin Ewers got a taste of that SEC defense right there. That's big boy football.
Yeah, I mean, our quarterback got injured on a fucking penalty by Alabama being cheapsters.
He shouldn't have jumped up. I don't know why he jumped up. That was stupid.
Yeah, I don't want to get in that game.
All right, Ren, go through your college picks real quick.
I got Michigan minus 47.5 versus UConn.
I actually took UConn.
That's a one. I only put a point on it, so.
Me too.
Surprisingly.
Harbaugh is kind of a run-up coach, so I can see.
Yeah, for sure.
You need it. You need it in the Big Ten.
50
Oklahoma,
points against UConn.
Minus 11 against Nebraska.
This is one I agree on. And Nick, do you agree on this one?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I took Oklahoma. Yeah, I took Oklahoma. I have minus 10.5, but it's 11 now.
This seems so obvious to me that it's.
Go ahead.
I was saying that this seems so obvious to me that it almost makes me want to go the opposite way, because I don't understand how Oklahoma is only getting 10.5. Nebraska lost their coach.
Is it?
They looked horrible.
Do I need to change it? Y'all both got 10.5. I have
10.5. I'm looking at.
I haven't been using the betting sites.
I'm looking at my bookie right now. It's 10.5.
Yeah, Ren, switch yours to 10.5.
All right. Also took Baylor minus 30 at Texas State.
I did as well.
Yeah, I thought that was a gimme, but that's another 4.
Baylor's more defensive.
And
Dude, Texas State though,
and,
Texas State shouldn't score.
Hey, so Ryan, this UL Monroe. Oh, go ahead and announce the pick. Sorry.
So I got UL Monroe plus 49.5 against Bama.
At Bama. And
At Bama. 2
Texas
points.
only
Texas
by what, 42? And I guess Bama is going to want to come out and just.
I actually didn't even include the Texas factor in my decision there. I just included the fact that it's 50. It's 50 points.
50 points.
I mean, yeah, and then again, though, Saban's probably like, we're going to go out there and score 80. Should probably rethink that.
Yeah, Bama's getting a stern talking to for sure. And
they got a stern talking to at halftime. They got a stern talking to on the bus, the plane, and a stern talking to literally Saban's just knocking on their door in the middle of the night, giving them stern talking tos.
UL Monroe, though, with their schedule, just Texas and Bama. I mean, Jesus Christ, they play Ohio State next week?
Yeah. They're just raking in money.
True.
So
I got Michigan State plus 3.5 at Washington. Y'all probably might have went the other way.
In my opinion, though,
I went the other way.
UConn getting 47.5 against Michigan makes more sense than the 48 or whatever UL Monroe's getting against Bama.
49.5.
49.5. I would think
I don't know,
UConn's
dude.
much closer to Michigan than UL Monroe is to Bama.
Oh, I thought you were saying the opposite. I thought you were saying that made more sense for
I
Oklahoma.
don't know.
I would think UConn is
one of
closer
y'all-
to Michigan than
think
UL
one of you
Monroe
get-
is to Bama.
I think one of you ladies went opposite on Michigan State, Washington.
I picked
I
Michigan
did.
State. I took the points.
You took Michigan State 3.5?
3.5, yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I took
Got him.
Washington.
That's a 1-pointer. Yeah, you took Washington. Then I got Miami at the Aggies. Just a little 2-pointer. And it's really a 10-pointer on my heart if they win.
The hatred for A&M
I'm in.
is so real.
We don't even get it.
It's weird because Ryan is a current Longhorn, but if you bring up any Longhorns from Colt McCoy Sooner, he hates them.
Great. So moving on. Houston, I picked them -9 against Kansas.
I
It's
took Kansas, baby. Kansas Jayhawks
Huh?
are on a new
2-0?
story arc.
Kansas
Les
Jayhawks,
Ronald
what?
there?
Kansas Jayhawks are on a
Are
new
y'all-
story arc, baby. This is the Kansas Jayhawk era.
Dude, Ren. They beat
No.
Texas last year, so they're juggernauts.
Absolutely.
I
That's
believe
not
they
true.
have Leslie Miles. Oh wait, they got a new coach. I guess Les Miles is out, but he was their coach. They are 2-0, which is surprising for Kansas. They don't look like the super walkovers they've been.
9 points at Houston. Houston lost to Texas Tech, I think.
I think Texas Tech's going to be better than what
In overtime, yeah.
Yeah, but that was a good-ass game. They could have easily won that.
Houston's been to 2 overtime games in a row. They went to overtime against UTSA.
Did they win?
No, they beat UTSA, lost to Texas Tech.
They beat
And
West
had they
Virginia.
beat Texas
Kansas beat
Tech,
West
they'd be
Virginia.
ranked, and this would be a bigger number.
Yeah, maybe. Or Kansas 2-0 also.
Rock Chalk Jayhawk,
Yeah,
baby. They're coming in
so-
for blood.
I took UCF minus. I took -8 to beat Florida Atlantic.
I didn't touch that one.
Nobody. Yeah, I didn't think anybody would
touch
touch
the
them.
Aggie
No.
game either.
You got it at the. You got it
So
at
I
the
took App State minus 12.5 at Troy. I think Appalachian State won. They marched in. Took who's Texas' old coach?
Mac
old-
Brown.
Yeah, Mac Brown went into UNC. Had a hell of a game.
2005 national champion.
Barely lost. Then they go up to they go to the Jabronis, the Aggies, and just give them a little bitch slap. Walk out of there with the W. And I
And
think
that-
only then it's
and-
like, oh look, what is this, a hangover game? Maybe. I'm like, no, slap a 4 on it. They're going to beat Troy 12.5. That's a joke. I mean, you could literally.
I love that your logic is this a hangover game? No, slap a 4 on it.
I mean, it's definitely a hangover game for sure, but I mean,
the people's champ is ready to talk.
And
Jesus Christ.
is there any truth to the story that Mac Brown taught Rudy Tomjanovich to never underestimate the heart of a champion, or did I create that in my head?
You created that in your head. Don't ever take that. Yep.
I got App State
Anyways.
as well though. Minus 12.5.
Yep. Good pick. As you saw firsthand how good they are. And Maryland 2.5 versus SMU.
Is there any reason? Did you read that in an article?
No research. 1 point.
Rin, I love Rin's like what is that scene off of The League where like they're drafting players like while they're in the tubes going down the lazy river? Do you remember that scene?
I don't remember that one.
They like invited this guy because they just needed someone to fill a spot, and so he just like grabs a random name out of the hat or something and just throws it at the board. And
is it
kicker.
Taco?
Yeah, it's like a kicker for his first pick.
Yeah, Taco. Yeah, and it. But yeah, I do love Ren's strategy. Seems to be 1, I know nothing about it. 2, I know a little bit. 3, I know they beat my rivals. Or he knows
don't like the team they're playing.
But Baylor, do you know anything about
my
Baylor?
super dog is strictly because I want to watch that. I want to watch that game the most, and like I said, it's really a 10 in my heart. I can't even put a number on it.
Fall.
If you let me put a 10 on it, I would.
I appreciate it.
No, I would not.
You know what we should do? We should allow side bets though. I'll let you get 10 points on it if it hits, but it's minus 5 if it misses.
Nick, you know what it should be? It should be you and Ryan could bet points on y'all's total.
Oh, that's a good one.
What do you mean?
So
like, say I have negative 16. Like I'll put up 2 of my points against 2 of your points, like side bets.
Ah, yeah, dude, I love that. That's perfect.
Yeah. So if Ryan bets 2 of his against you, he'll take 2 of yours. You go down 2. He goes up 2.
Yeah,
should we have like people start out with like a 30-point bank that they can put side bets with, and the only
I think it's got to affect your. I think it's got to affect your score.
Yeah, I think it's just go straight from your score.
Just
straight from your score bank.
Okay.
But
I mean, either way, you would kind of do the same thing because
we'll have to put some parameters on it.
Yeah,
for the
no
end of the year,
collusion because like you're down by 50.
Yeah.
So you bet someone else 50 points to like try and get back or something.
Right. But I mean, I feel like right now, like, yeah, that was like a genuine, like, just bet on it, and you can put it over in bonuses.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good idea. Dude, this is legit. Like, if this ever catches on, this is pretty legit.
Yeah. Hey, clip that, Nick.
Yeah. Dude, yeah. Okay, so like we could do side bets as well. I like that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So if y'all wanted to bet points on the Aggies Miami game, you do a side bet. Whoever loses, whatever gives up X amount of points.
I guess side bets are just going to be straight because of pride or because you want to like wager a lot on a certain game, I suppose.
Well, I mean, y'all could agree. Like, let's say if y'all wanted to do it straight up, y'all could agree. Like, Rin, you get 3 points if Miami wins to my 1 point, or you gotta just do the spread and do 1-1 or like equal. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's got to be some kind of limit, though. I feel like.
Yeah, you don't want to blow it. Well, I think it should be. You can only bet like. So what week is it? So it's week 2. Maybe you can only bet the week number.
2 points, 3 points, 4 points.
Yeah.
And what, only one side bet a week.
Oof. I mean, I feel like if someone was like taking advantage of it, we'd be like, all right, we got to do this. But I mean, I wouldn't care what y'all bet on this game.
Yeah, I guess I'm just I guess it's just
because it's one person gets hurt. So it really is like if y'all wanted to do 10 points, someone's getting screwed in that.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so.
So y'all would have to agree, because neither one of y'all is going to be stupid about it. I guess later on, if someone's down -80, someone's still going to have to agree to bet them. But then we could be like, look, hold on. We're not going to do this. If second and third are way out of it, we're not going to let someone just transfer over that many points.
Yeah, not only that. Well, I guess what I was thinking, like, so let's say you have 2 people who are like -50, right? So they agree that they'll just bet enough to where one of them gets put into first, right? If they hit some outrageous bet, you know what I mean? We're like,
yeah.
Well, we have an infinite bank to bet with. We're already both gonna lose, so let's just bet 100 on this game, and one of us will get catapulted into first.
Well, yeah. There definitely should be a limit. I don't feel like any of us are gonna be that big of assholes, and I definitely don't think you should be able to bet like 30 points this early. You know what I mean? I feel like, like it's week 2, so what, like the most should be like 5 points?
Yeah, I was gonna say side bets can be up to 5 points.
Yeah.
And you can only make one with.
You
can only make one per day. How about that?
Like one NCAA, one NFL.
No, like one Thursday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, let's do one. Let's just do one Saturday, one Sunday.
Right.
Unless I guess you wanted to bet on the Thursday game, or there's like another game you wanted to.
What about Thursday?
There are some weird college games that end up being good at the end of the year that come on right after the end. Wait.
It's kind of early on too. There's some weird Thursday, Friday games. Like Arizona State plays a lot on like weird days.
How about you get one NFL and one college each week?
I don't know.
Yeah, that you can bet against somebody else.
And you can bet against you get one side bet per other player. So like I can put one NFL and one NCAA with Ren, and I can put one NFL and one NCAA with you.
Yeah.
You know that Charlie Day meme or whatever, or the YouTube video where he's explaining whatever?
Charlie Day. Sounds familiar, but I can't.
Oh,
yeah, Nick, the one that you and Ryan always put.
He's the guy. He's
Mac.
Charlie.
Okay, gotcha.
No, is it Mac? The one who has the board behind him with all this. What's he explaining? Politics or
religion? I think.
Oh, you're talking about Mac. You're talking about Mac does religion versus evolution. Yeah.
Oh, when he has the board behind him when it's like all crazy.
Yeah.
I'm like, this just like reminds me of like when we're talking like this.
Yeah. I'll make a deal with you.
So new, it's like, well, somebody's got to remember all that crap.
Okay, fine. Yeah. So we get one side bet per NFL or NCAA with each player.
Yeah. Well, I just went through my GOAT picks there in college. Y'all want to?
Yeah. Quick side note: Should we do a Heisman as well?
Ooh, yeah, I like that. And an NFL.
Soon, like, these guys are betting on everything.
Yeah.
I think for Heisman at least we should do like. So if I took Bijan, it's a way longer shot. So you should get more points. You know what I mean? Like for the odds, like you take their odds and it's somehow like that, like Bijan's plus 1,500 or whatever it is.
So in the NFL and in the NCAA, the rule that I have is like before the start of week 8 in each league, you can make one change. Like for 5 points or whatever, for a cost of 5 points. You could do that if you wanted. Like you start out the year with one. Yeah, I don't know, because I don't really want to get into like all the odds and stuff of the Heisman.
I mean, it's just hard because everyone.
And if your guy gets hurt, that kind of sucks.
But I feel like everyone's
especially in college.
Like they're gonna lean towards Ohio State,
or Bama's.
Yeah, and then like Bijan's a long shot because he's a running back.
I don't know. Bama used to put on every year.
Yeah, but
I don't know. I like that at first, but now I don't know because like it needs to stay simple overall.
Yeah,
we'll talk about it.
NBA. Oh yeah, go ahead, Ian. Do your NCAA pick still.
All right, here we go. I have Florida State -3 at Louisville. LSU super talented, and Florida State just beat them at basically a home game for LSU. I think they played them in New Orleans.
Yeah, I think so.
So Louisville, get out of here. No one cares. Nebraska absolutely sucks. They've been garbage. They lost their head coach.
Good old Frosty.
Yeah, OU lost their head coach, but they transferred in that UCF quarterback, Brent Venables from Clemson. He's pretty good. So he's
pretty good. He's a beast at defense.
Right, which, OU's known for offense. So if they're, somewhat decent on, Nebraska sucks. Like, we don't need to explain this game.
Yeah, I think we all agree on OU.
We all agree on Georgia -24.5, South Carolina. So let's go ahead and punch that in the ticket.
All right, well, let's just all throw in our paychecks into an OU beating Nebraska.
I got BYU +3.5 Oregon. I'm also going to change that. No, I'm going to keep +3.5 because I feel like Oregon's getting kind of disrespected after they got absolutely demolished by Georgia. But Georgia is like next level, just absolute beast. And once they get on top of you, I feel like Oregon's not that bad. They just happen to get down early to Georgia and just got the score ran up on them.
Yeah, they did.
But BYU, they look pretty good. And, they got, 28-year-old Mormons on the team. So, grown men versus high school players.
Yeah, but they run the simple, we're just going to outman you and run the ball. I
don't know. Baylor's no slouch, dude. And they just beat Baylor. So,
wait, what?
BYU beat Baylor.
In
now
overtime,
you're talking
right?
nonsense.
Was it overtime or no?
I think it was. I think there was a celebration involved. So, I'm not sure if it was overtime or not. But
No, it wasn't overtime.
Baylor's pretty good, and they're like defensively sound. So BYU never messes up. Just Mormons, strict. I'll take the points. Aggies -5.5. I already talked about it. More talented, I think, than Miami. Miami still living off of the 2000s. They probably are pretty talented, but I think the Aggies have so much. It just means the Aggies got more to play for.
I think
That's
the
my
Aggies
first
have
four
a
of the
few
year.
outs too because they're at home. They're at home again. They're lucky to get these back-to-back home games, and then so I think they're gonna want to show out. And I think if Haynes King is not having a good game, they're gonna go to someone else early, and so I think that's also good that
I think it
Haynes
benefits
King
from
has to
that.
produce,
Yeah, you're right.
or we're gonna shake it up. Yeah.
I think if he doesn't have a good game, then is your backup ready to ball out? And
I think so. Connor
Brent's
Weigman's
pretty decent.
Connor Weigman's a higher recruit than Haynes King was, and
and
Max Johnson. I don't feel scared to throw Max Johnson in there either.
Yeah, he's got experience.
Yeah.
He's actually got it. I think Weigman's also the higher upside, but Johnson's got experience. So either way, it's not that bad. I think actually the loss helps the Aggies' case in betting on them in this game, like you said, because they'll be quicker to pull the quarterback. I didn't watch the App State game, but it seemed like the offense wasn't doing anything.
No.
And
State was also playing hold the ball.
Also, the team gets rallied around a backup quarterback. So if they do pull the quarterback, the team seems to do better every time. So at least for a little spurt.
I think they're already going to be coming in hyped up like that though, because I hope that they're pissed they lost and that they're not down about it, but they're mad.
They've been getting shit on all week, and Feinbaum's been shitting on them. So they're at home. They're going to want to prove they don't suck. It just seems like I don't see how Miami gets up as much for this, unless Miami believes they have national title hopes.
It feels like if Miami's gonna win, they're gonna have to. It feels like if Miami wins, it'll be because they rout A&M, which I just don't see. I wouldn't see that happening. If it's a close game, you would think the Aggies pull it out.
I think they get up early. They have to be up early. I don't think they come from behind.
Yeah, I think the Aggies defense.
Aggies will step on their throat if Miami goes down. because then they're like, all right, we'll just. I mean, they know what they got to do, and they're going to be passing the ball.
Yeah.
Miami, I think, has to jump ahead, but I don't. I mean, Appalachian State played a smart game plan. All they do is hold the ball. I mean, Miami just looks at Appalachian State and just plays. I mean, it's like we can do that, and we're better athletes.
Dude, it takes more than 1 year to change a culture. And Miami's culture was just like garbage with the turnover chain. They would get hyped, but then they would lose games when they got down. And like literally last year with Texas, you have all those recruits, but they don't know how to win. They get stomped in games they shouldn't. It takes like a whole year to like rid yourself of that. I don't think Miami, if they get down, is going to be able to come back in this game. So if the Yankees just get up, I think they're going to win. Because Jimbo Fisher ain't playing. We don't need another year.
Who else do you got?
I got Penn State -3 at Auburn. Pretty sure they beat the crap out of them last year. They got the transfer from Indiana. At quarterback who's actually looking pretty good. I think Penix, he's from Indiana, I believe.
I have no feel on that game.
You what?
I have no feel on that game.
Me neither.
I think Penn State did pretty well last year, and they're doing. That is at Auburn, but I'll just take Penn State. Utah, my boy Cameron Rising, 21 points. This game last year is the one that went to like triple overtime, but that was before Cameron Rising was the quarterback. This is the one they switched him in, and he was balling out to keep him in the game in overtime. And since then, like, Utah's been pretty good. I mean, they played the bowl game against Ohio State. That was really good.
To like 5, 6, 7 last year.
Yeah, they're
up there with Cincinnati, or did Cincinnati get in the playoff?
Cincinnati was in the playoff. The last game the last big game was Ohio State in a bowl game, and they went toe to toe to them. It was a really high scoring game. Just Cameron Rising, just so much better. Like San Diego State shouldn't even, their football program isn't doing anything right now. I'm just hoping on this one's week 2, so I just know Cameron Rising, so I just took Utah. Washington -3.5, Michigan State.
I took Utah.
Really know. You took Utah?
Yeah, I don't. San Diego State's. I think they've actually been decent the last couple of years, but I don't think they're gonna be. They're not that good this year.
Yeah.
What's the spread?
21.
21 points.
And Utah's at home too.
Yeah, plus it's a revenge game because they lost in that triple overtime.
Yeah, I think Utah waxes them also.
And I now officially agree with you guys.
You just typed that one in.
Yep.
Washington -3.5, Michigan State.
Yeah,
I don't really know much about that game. This is more. I just want to get another play in, and then LSU Mississippi State. Only because every time I think Mike Leach is going to beat one of these kind of better SEC teams, and it just seems like LSU, just from the straight like athletes, they always seem to win this game. So I just took LSU. It doesn't seem like Mike Leach's gimmicks have.
Where is he at right now?
Mississippi State.
That's right. So where did Lane Kiffin go?
Ole Miss.
Gotcha. Just jumping around. I just saw Larry Bird next to Ian.
LSU's the underdog, huh?
I took LSU just straight up to win. I took them up LSU +110.
Oh yeah, Mississippi State's the favorite. Interesting. Yeah, that might be a good play there.
Brian Kelly. Brian Kelly's a better coach, I think, definitely than Orgeron.
Orgeron's not there anymore.
Right.
Oh,
Brian Kelly is right.
Sorry,
Notre Dame.
Right. Dude, Kelly's getting roasted, I feel like.
So you just took money line? What is that?
Money line means they're an underdog win, so you get an extra 0.5 if they win. I believe. Is that right, Nick?
Yeah, as long as they're a 2-point or more underdog, if they hit, you get an extra half point. If they lose, there's no extra penalty.
LSU, Mississippi State.
So
no,
Mississippi
Ryan,
State's
you're not copying 2 of my picks. You're locked out with one of them. You're not picking
Mississippi State.
Would you need to calm your ass down, but I'm gonna make a little change here because that should be a 6.
I have all. I think the only ones I have different than y'all. I took UCLA minus 15.5 versus South Bama. I mean, you're at home versus South Bama. If you can't win by 3 touchdowns as UCLA, I don't know what to say. I took USC minus 13 at home versus Fresno State. I feel like that one's also one of my locks. I only have 2 on it, but I might put a little extra money on that.
Dude, that's one of the ones I've been debating on going because Lincoln Riley is one of those dudes that just knows how to fucking do like his offenses are just so legit that USC basically the only thing holding USC back is their lack of defense. And I understand Fresno State's got their freaking quarterback back. I think he's back.
Fresno State's pretty good last year.
Yeah, but I feel like USC with Lincoln Riley and Caleb Williams transferring over from Oklahoma, that's one that I can't believe that's not on my list. I know it was in my notes. I might have actually just forgot to put it on there because I don't know why I would know all about Hainer from Fresno. Yeah. I definitely agree with you on that one, Nick.
And then I took Texas minus 12.5 at home versus UTSA. Dude, Texas. This feels like the Oklahoma game. Like Texas has to be a touchdown and 2 field goals better than UTSA.
Yeah, 4-string quarterback though scary because he's literally is a true like the story behind the quarterback is the year that Quinn Ewers actually committed to us. All our quarterback recruits left, and then Quinn Ewers left, so Herman had to scramble and get this 3-star guy, Charles Wright, who might be our starter now. So he wasn't like a usual recruit for us, but yeah, I can see what you're saying because we're probably going up against a guy who's less than 3 stars, but their quarterback is really good, and they won Conference USA. But then you get the hangover, and until I see Texas not fall into the hype because they haven't been good for a while, so we haven't had any praise. I know we lost, but they haven't gotten like this kind of praise. So I want to see how it goes if it doesn't go to their head before I actually bet on them. But I can definitely see from a talent standpoint we crush them.
Though, right? Suiting up.
Oh, like they should absolutely demolish them. And Gary Patterson doesn't play.
No, yeah, you guys have more than one quarterback suited up, though, right?
I actually do not know if we have more than one quarterback. If so, Hudson Card might.
Your running back.
Roshan Johnson was recruited as a quarterback. That's true, and we did run him straight out of Wildcat against Kansas State last year and win. But yeah, I believe there's probably a walk-on behind Charles Wright and Hudson Card. There's still a chance he will start. He injured like his ankle early on, and Bama still played, so he might start injured. But if they want to be safe, they might roll out Wright, and then if he sucks, maybe roll in Card. But there's another quarterback there, a really high recruit, but he broke his leg in high school, so he's not healthy. So I'm not sure who would be next. Maybe some walk-on.
Damn.
But Card is probably an emergency option.
Let me see here.
If he can. But yeah, like Ryan said, Roshan Johnson also would probably be before some walk-on.
Oh yeah, you guys have plenty of quarterbacks. Okay, never mind.
Who else we got?
Ben Ballard, Hudson Card, Quinn Ewers, Cole Lord, Malik Murphy, Joe Tatum, and Charles Wright.
Murphy's hurt. Card might be hurt. Ballard's a walk-on, I believe. And I don't know who the other guys you named are. But before we even went to them, it'd probably be this guy, Hudson Card, unless he's completely out, which I don't see how he could be unless like his ankle like super swelled up, like how he could play against Bama to end the game and then not be in the game. So he'll probably start, but they haven't. Today was their press day, and they said, or Sark wasn't saying anything. He's like, I'm not telling y'all like who's starting, but there's like reports that Charles Wright was taking first team snaps.
Damn. And then
so yeah, Card might be emergency.
I don't really care, dude. Whoever y'all throw in there, I'm still confident y'all win by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, it's just you just get the whole. It's what's weird is they're a less of an underdog than we were to Bama. So this is their Super Bowl, and they're not like a slouch. I mean, they took UH to overtime. They won Conference USA, so they're not like UL Monroe or whatever.
Yeah,
not
but
a
like,
slouch, but yeah, we definitely should beat them straight up on talent. We should. It's one of those games where you can see if it's a close game, but you can also see them blowing them out.
Yeah, and what is UTSA's part of what?
I think they're Conference USA.
Yeah, they are. So like, but like Sam Houston State, aren't they in that same sort of thing?
No, Sam Houston is a
The FBS one or whatever.
the Champions Series, the FCS.
Okay. All right.
So like this is like Conference USA. People kind of agree that's like the 5th conference, right? So that's like the next one up. Like U of H could clearly be in the other conferences.
I got
Who's
you.
the other one? Oh, Cincinnati.
Like Memphis and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just like a step down, like a clear step down, but like they can jump up and beat people. Ryan, I see you've added USC minus 13, Utah minus 21.
When?
So we're talking you into some picks.
You don't know what's going on in my head.
Just a coincidence that he put them down after we talked about it.
Exactly. Nick knows what he's talking about.
Are you
Hey,
in the
Ryan,
bathroom
so did
taking a
you-
shit now?
On week 1, Ryan, on your super dog, did you straight up take it because you didn't want to research and you saw me pick Pitt?
I didn't want to research, and I had not taken a super dog.
Wait, Ren
Don't
took
even
Miami.
remember. What?
Ren took Miami.
No, week 1. I'm talking about week 1.
Oh, okay. I hit my super dog guru.
So Nick, you got Super Bowl, you got Bills, nice. Ryan, you got Rams. I got Bucks.
Oh, you forgot the nice after my Rams.
And then for college, I'm feeling pretty confident about Georgia. Ren's got Bama. Nick's got the Aggies.
Georgia probably is the favorite, huh?
I mean, Bama, this is supposed to be the reload year for Bama. Saban called last year a rebuild. They got all those recruits. This is supposed to be the year they ball out. So maybe they just go, berserk after, this last week. But Georgia just looks so talented. Like they didn't really lose that much. I mean, they did lose some first rounders, but they got their quarterback back. They have all their players, like their key big defense and offensive players. They just look so much better than anybody else.
Yeah, I forget I did my first video. I talked about some other good values that I liked for Super Bowl and the championship. Not necessarily my picks, but like people I put $1 on. I think I put I did Baylor and Texas because they were like long shots, but I figured if they could win the Big 12, they could get in. They could maybe do something.
Yeah.
I also did Miami and Michigan, I think. I do A&M all the time. Although if I could be objective, I would put money on A&M too, just from a value standpoint.
Value is good for sure. I feel like Arkansas is in the same camp as the Aggies.
Yeah, dude, like anyone who can maybe be that second or like third team jockeying in a hard conference, like that you think maybe could run the table or lose one game. Because like if you're not the best team in a conference, then you're probably getting good value if you're that second or third team in a conference.
Right, like Michigan is probably considered second, even though they were in the playoff.
Right, exactly.
No one really thinks their quarterbacks are looking bad.
Like North Carolina,
I guess Texas would
is
be
another huge.
Well, no, Texas is like third and fourth. Texas is value. I mean, obviously we're kind of biased because we saw already we saw them play Bama, but their value considering the Big 12. I think the Big 12 favorites would have been Oklahoma, Baylor, and possibly Oklahoma State above Texas.
So if
you got that value early on.
UT I got plus 6,600, and then Baylor I got plus 1,000. Is that right?
Baylor would definitely have been either the first or second favorite to win the Big 12. Oklahoma probably was, but they lost their QB and their coach, but yeah, it probably would have been Oklahoma, then Baylor, then Oklahoma State.
UNC was plus 15,000, which is like really long shot odds. I think they already lost.
Yeah, but a good one.
Which sucks.
$1 for 15 grand.
Y'all think Max Brown ever moves on, or y'all think Mac Brown ever takes another job, or he's just staying there? Because I know he was North Carolina's coach before he went to Texas, so maybe that's his hometown.
Probably.
Y'all think he just stays there forever?
Not forever.
I have no idea.
I don't know if he's gonna get another big time job.
No, I mean unless he.
No, he'd have to do something at Carolina.
He had his chance when they were really good a couple of years ago, and it's not like anybody's. They all know like Mac Brown's probably at the end of his coaching. Like he doesn't. I don't think he's in it. Like he's not all in. You know, I'm trying to like he doesn't. I don't think he cares about his recruiting as much, or he's not out there like Harbaugh, like going 100%.
No, like, he is recruiting his balls off in North Carolina. He's always been a good recruiter. I just feel like the last couple of years at Texas, he was probably tired of the bullshit, and he got a bad rap for wasn't really trying because last two recruiting classes weren't as good as usual. And that last year, he played Baylor in the Big 12 championship game, so it kind of got a bad rap. And I think because he's just so meh about stuff, that people probably like he's checked out.
Texas was actually favored ahead of Baylor.
Who is?
So I put a bet on September 7th. That's like a week ago. So that would have been before the Bama game. Texas was Baylor's plus 10,000. Texas is plus 6,600.
Ooh, loving that. That means Vegas knew something.
Did Baylor already lose that first game though?
Oh, they lost to BYU.
No, they won their first week though, so the odds probably would have been relatively the same from opening day to the second week.
Yeah, but it could have been they just knew like Quinn Ewers was going to Texas. They're assuming he would have been healthy all year.
Yeah.
We were up on Baylor last year, and then collapsed in the second half, as Texas did last year.
Let's see. I think that's it for me, though. I thought I had one more I wanted to do. UCLA, I did that one. Oh yeah, Kansas State minus 14 at home versus Tulane. And then Iowa State minus 18.5 at home versus Ohio.
I think that's a good one. I didn't play it. I saw it. Surprisingly, I didn't put it on my thing, but
it's because they don't.
Yeah, I feel like that's a lock.
They don't have Brock Purdy anymore. That's the problem.
Yeah, but
these I just figure like these bigger schools that are somewhat ranked or have decent football teams, like Kansas State's not good, but you would think like their crop of average players versus Tulane is better than 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, when Deer Park walks into North Shore with our good team on their down year, they're gonna beat the crap out of us.
Jesus Christ.
No, but that's pretty much what he's saying. Like their athletes are super superior to Deer Park, and we roll in there.
I think it's more.
If they were undefeated, they're gonna destroy us.
Probably even.
But Iowa State is more of a they're a bigger school. They're gonna get better.
Not Ohio State, recruiting. Just Ohio.
Iowa State.
But Iowa State. They're more of just a well-coached team who this guy has been coaching his balls off. So maybe they think like they're not going to care as much about Tulane. And when somebody that's, they're not like a blue blood program, maybe when they don't care, they don't beat those lesser schools. Like they get up and beat people because they're a good team, but it's more based on like scheme, execution, and doing your shit right. That's what Iowa State's been doing under Campbell, by the way, who might go to Nebraska.
Who?
For their
who? Their
coach, Campbell. Like, I'm kind of hoping because as soon as that coach got fired from Nebraska, I knew they were going to come sniffing around Gary Patterson, and we're just trying to keep him as an analyst. Because, I mean, I've been on the Gary Patterson train for years. Just as a head coach, the dude's a beast. He's gone undefeated at TCU, got them up to a conference, and then went undefeated. Almost went into the playoff in one of those early years. Him and Baylor were left out 5-6 at TCU, which is insane. Getting like a bunch of 3 stars.
Yeah, I remember that. They were really good there for a couple years.
Yeah, I mean, they remember they went to remember when Boise State did the Statue of Liberty on Oklahoma?
Yeah.
In the bowl game? That same year, I think.
What was that dude's name? He was a Texans QB for a little bit.
Is it Zabransky?
Zabransky or something like that, yeah.
That same year, I think TCU beat a couple teams on New Year's bowl games. They were beating some juggernauts. Gary Patterson's a really good coach. I think he's fucking tired of it. He doesn't like recruiting that much. So that maybe that'll
he got a big offer and he just like, no. He's like, I'd rather stay at TCU. Like, I'm fine where I'm at. And we're almost there. Like, we're always almost there anyway.
Then they fired him.
And what?
Ryan, he's a Texas analyst right now.
I understand that, but it's like, I mean, he was fine. Like, essentially, he's like, why would I need the pressure of going to USC when I can stay here at TCU and be number 5, get close to being in every year?
Not every year. He hasn't been in for a while, but yeah, early on he was able to do it. But I think they kind of figured.
Did he get? Who was the Red Rocket again? That played at TCU?
Zabransky?
No, the quarterback.
At Boise?
Andy Dalton.
Andy Dalton. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, Andy Dalton, and then they had I believe they got one of the guys when Sumlin overloaded. I think they got Knight, maybe.
Kenny
That
Hill.
sound right? Oh, Kenny Hill? Was it Kenny Hill?
I think so.
Kenny Trill?
Kenny Trill, yeah.
That's right.
Everyone forgets that's where LaDainian Tomlinson went too.
Right.
Dude.
Oh, yeah.
God. Beast.
Was it? I might be mixing the years up, but did the Wrecking Crew beat LaDainian Tomlinson?
No,
or am I thinking
Wrecking
a
Crew
completely
was
different
before
year?
LT's time.
Who's the Wrecking Crew?
Didn't the Wrecking Crew upset somebody one time in the Big 12?
Who is the Wrecking Crew?
The Wrecking Crew
They're
was like the A&M's defensive like front 7 for like a good 10 years there. They were like really good in the 90s, 80s and 90s.
I'm thinking too far then. I know year that y'all, was it the year that TCU, I think it was the year like LaDainian Thompson was there, the Aggies beat them somehow. Or am I mixing some stuff up?
Maybe, I have no idea. But yeah,
I know one year the Aggies were like playing for the Big 12 championship and everyone was like, what the fuck is going on?
Old R.C. Slocum, the old ball coach.
Yep.
How many people have we called the old ball coach today?
Have y'all heard the stat of how Sumlin was 1 game better than Jimbo Fisher at this equal amount of games?
Oh, so far?
At England?
Yeah, but Jimbo's one of the ones at the end of the year that matter. That's the difference.
Yeah.
Jimbo,
Sumlin is a
I guess Sumlin beat Alabama technically whenever Manziel was there one year, but yeah, but Jimbo beat Alabama with half of a quarterback essentially compared to Manziel.
Dude, that guy was so bad.
And Jimbo wins his bowl games too.
Calzada, man.
Yeah. Freaking Solomon, though, I feel like he's like when he got the guy who plays on the Cardinals right now, Kenny Trill, and then the other dude. I feel like he's telling them, oh, you're going to be my boy. You're going to be the starter. You're going to be a boy. You're a starter. Then they all get there and they're like, F this guy. And then they just all left.
Yeah, there's probably a lot of ego handling.
I think he probably made broken promises and then got stuck with
that's what
whoever.
Like,
I mean, one of them went, like Kyler Murray went and won a Heisman. Kenny Trill went to what? UH?
No, TCU.
TCU.
And then
one guy went to U of H. One guy did go to U of H though.
Yeah.
Dude, remember when U of H? God, Cobb? Was it Cobb?
Cobb and Case Keenum.
Case Keenum. Did you see him and give him a high five or something weird?
I didn't know that I was walking through like an assembly thing and like some like there's like a building that had like 2 stories, but there was like kind of rails around, so it's like people could look from the second deck down. And I was just walking and I saw him and I was like, "Oh, hey, Case!" Like, I acted like I knew him and shook his hand. And then I turned around and he's giving like some big speech to people. I was like, "Oh," I think I just walked right through that.
How funny he'd be like,
yeah,
just like shake his hand, you're like,
he's super tiny.
It's like on ESPN, like Ian walking in the background.
No, I mean, no, it wasn't like I didn't walk through it going on, but like he was walking up, and I was walking like so oblivious to what was going on. Like, hey, what's going on? And it wasn't like instantly he was talking, but like 2 minutes later, he's giving a speech. I turn around, I'm like, oh shit, there's a whole crowd here watching him. Like, they're on the lower floor and he's up on the top one. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, he was going to do something, which explains like why he would have even been in a building for academics, because they're not doing shit.
I went to a Cowboys camp once, and I saw Dat Win and Nate Newton. I was probably like in 5th, 6th grade or something. And yeah, like I remember thinking like these guys are not like these like I mean, obviously some guys are, but even someone like Nate Newton or Dat Win, it's like these guys are not like these mammoths that you build up in your mind. They're relatively like normal looking half the time, He
was one of the smaller linebackers probably ever.
Yeah, Nate Newton was one of the
smaller. To play middle, and he played middle linebacker, I believe. So it was like he wasn't even a speed outside back. He was just he was like the general of the defense.
He was definitely fast.
Before y'all had that, you definitely had. Man, who was that beast linebacker on Dallas who kept getting hurt?
Sean Lee.
Lee. Oh my God. That guy was a beast.
So Dat Win went from Aggies to the Cowboys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
now
he was like
was Dat Win the Aggies?
Yeah, Dat Win was the Aggies. He went up against Ricky Williams whenever he broke the record.
Oh, so then he played in the Cowboys? Am I mixing some stuff up? Did he play in the Cowboys?
Yeah, he went straight to the Cowboys, I believe. Yeah, and played his whole career there.
Nice. So you have kind of
like neck injury or something.
Yeah, he was just so small, like you were saying.
It's like something where he didn't want to risk his.
Bro, but he got robbed. He got robbed one year. Like there was one year, the Cowboys have had one of our best defenses ever, and like we had, I think like 3 or 4 Pro Bowlers on the defense. And Dat Win led that team in tackles, and he got like no credit for like essentially anchoring the entire thing.
Aggies have been kind of cursed with small, undersized linebackers.
Who's the other one?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Oh, you mean the Cowboys have?
Aggies are Dallas. Sean Lee's not really undersized compared to Dat Win.
Yeah, he's probably a little bigger than Dat Win, but probably still. I mean, for a middle linebacker, like. You gotta be.
Yeah, but he's a hell of a linebacker. He was a Pro Bowler for sure.
He's more
he was getting his due.
Yeah, it was more. They're both beasts, but it's like they're worth the risk. But they did get hurt because they were a little undersized. I feel like Sean Lee was, but maybe not as much as Dat Win.
Van Der Esch keeps hurting his neck too.
Dude, I had so many Van Der Esch cards, man. I was gambling on him because, I mean, he was a great freaking snag in the second round.
Yeah, he was really good.
And like, he keeps getting hurt. Hey, did Nick ever read it? Did we all go through our college picks?
Yeah, all the picks are over. I think I went through all mine. We can wrap it up whenever y'all are ready.
I'm just about to take a shit.
What's the score of the game?
Oh,
we don't even know.
Probably Chiefs up by.
Chargers up 3. Chargers up 3.
What?
They just got a first down at midfield.
Ryan probably changed his pick midway.
4th and 1. It's 4th and 1.
They just got a first though. Sorry if I ruined
It's
that.
on
I feel like
Prime.
Antonio
I can
Gates.
watch it. It's on Prime Video. Wait.
Antonio Gates is probably going to come in and beast.
Oh my God.
Yeah, is
Do
it?
they still have
yeah,
Hunter
Prime's
Henry?
doing all the
No.
Thursday games.
Do what?
Prime's doing all the Thursday games.
Yeah.
You want to try something? Hang on, I'm in this call. I can screen
Hey,
share.
so
Nice.
are we going to do Heisman, or are we not going to do Heisman? Or maybe we should do this to like kind of to kind of nullify, like you don't want to have to do like the Vegas odds, Nick. We should do a 1, a 2, and a 3. So we pick 3 Heisman guys, but if you get your 1 correct, it's X points.
Hey,
2
Nick,
correct.
what are we streaming right now?
I don't know. I was looking to see if I could share my screen and what would happen.
Yeah, you can. I just had to hit watch stream.
Okay.
Sorry.
Hey, did you two butt wands hear what I just said?
Yeah, you're talking about the
Oh,
Heisman
picking
and
Heisman.
ranking them.
Yeah, 1, 2, and 3. We just slot them, and you get 10 if you get the first right. 2, like 6 if you get second. 3 if you get your third.
Picking like more than one pick, so we don't have to.
Yeah, so that way we don't have to do Vegas odds and worry about all that.
Okay. Yeah, we could do that. Do the NFL MVP also?
Yeah, well, I figured
Yeah,
we could work out the deets during the week. My
Dude,
phone's about to die, boys.
Should be NFL MVP and then Heisman.
And then we pick Pro Bowls too.
And then we do what?
And then we pick Pro Bowls
yeah.
too. And all pros.
And then we're probably gonna bet on the weather.
First,
And obviously
second, third
Defensive
team
Player of the Year and
All-Pros.
Special Teams Player of the Year.
Yeah, Coach of the
God.
Year.
DPOY. Yeah.
But
the
obviously
Walter Payton
the deal
Award
breakers should
award
be
winner of the year.
the starting kicker for the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, dude. We should also do a. You know what we should do? We should do a Super Bowl stream. Well, obviously we can't stream the game, but like we should make a bunch of like side bets, a bunch of the prop bets.
You know what we should do? We
And
should
just watch
try
it.
to rival the Mannings and just do every football game that they do. The Manning cast versus the Lufkin cast.
We should critique the Mannings critiquing the game.
Yeah, so we're live and we're not talking about the game. We're talking about the Mannings critiquing
Yeah.
the game.
Oh, they do this bit all the time. The food bit. They do food bits all the time. It's so played out.
And we get the benefit of hindsight every time. We're like, what a bad call by the Mannings. The play was not that. Like
yeah,
they
exactly.
said that they were going to do this.
I knew it was going up the middle the whole time.
Tony
We also
Romo can call exact plays. It is so crazy. It's like,
Yeah.
watch out for this, and it's exactly right. You're like, Jesus, Romo. Like, he is a beast announcer.
Romo
Yeah,
is
it's
going to be
crazy.
some
Analyst.
Cowboys. I think when
Smart
Cowboys
quarterbacks
look
have
back
to be.
on it, they're going to be like, God damn, that was a miss. Like, nothing they did
Missed
wrong. It's
era.
just like, yeah, like Romo is kind of a beast.
Yeah, he's way overhated.
Oh, yeah, I hated on him for years. But it was
Yeah,
so
everyone
much
did.
like, what's his name when he did the old Calvin Johnson, and he caught the ball,
Des
but then
Bryant.
he took 2 steps at the ground against the Packers. Like, that
Yeah.
screwed him.
Dude,
Okay.
Des Bryant always like
Yeah.
the fact that he was out of the NFL like a year later was like, what is going on?
Well, Dallas doesn't
He was
care,
a
and
big
they'll
head
take
case,
troubled
apparently.
players. It's just the risk.
No,
the
he
risk.
wasn't trouble. He was their player.
Des Bryant is definitely not the cool guy.
No, but
in
he
the
was a
locker room.
beast. He was a Pro Bowler, and then all of a sudden he's out of the year, which just seemed
What
crazy.
does that
to me.
tell you, Ian? That he's probably more trouble than he's worth.
Des was a bit
Was-
of a head case.
Yeah. It's
I mean,
like,
It seems like
I mean,
somebody could have used him.
yeah, I think they tried. Somebody tried. He
I think
almost
did he go to the Saints for a year?
Yeah,
they
it
picked
seems like
him up a
somebody.
couple years
He went
ago.
somewhere for a little bit or a game or two or something.
Yeah.
Like Oakland or something, like for a game. I don't know. If you
I know
ever
the
suited
Saints-
up, like
Hey, I
know the
what's
Saints
his
picked
name?
him
That
up.
keeps getting suspended for Josh Gordon. Like he's gonna try to make a comeback this year somewhere.
Yeah, I totally
In
forgot
the,
about that guy.
Just so if we just bet on this thing blowing up. Should we rename it something about Lufkin Lane just so we get it in there early on?
What? It has to be something with Trifecta. I like the Triple Crown Trifecta. I can't get away from that.
The Triple Crown, yeah. So even if it's the Lufkin Lane Sports Betting Triple Crown Trifecta, the people will be like, "What does Lufkin Lane have to do with it?"
Yeah, we could do that. That's fine.
Which is hilarious that we all say Lufkin Lane because no one announces the little suffix at the end. But we're like Lufkin Lane.
The Lufkin Lane triple. What is it? Triple play Trifecta. Triple Crown Trifecta.
Sports betting.
Triple Crown Trifecta. It's called the Sports Betting Triple Crown Trifecta Weekly Football Free for All.
Yeah. And then like for baseball, we'll have to make it something else like.
Oh my God, the stuff we're gonna have
weekly
for
baseball bash.
Be incredible. Like,
what are we gonna do
what
for
about
the NBA?
this guy's war? We're at a win over replacement, and this guy's who's gonna have the most putouts from the outfield.
What
we sound like,
NBA?
right? And Nick, you can cut all this out, but we sound like a New Year's bowl.
We sound like a New Year's bowl.
The New Year's bowls are like the something Meineke car tire or whatever.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I should remake a video with some like extremely crazy long title and like do all the whoosh sounds and stuff to it.
Oh man.
What are we gonna do for basketball? That's the next one up.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, I definitely think basketball's so hard to like.
It's like a daily thing. I was thinking we could
because there's
like
so many games.
We could pick division winners and rankings. We could do the all-star team and like the slam dunk and stuff. Maybe like one game a week or something you have to bet on. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Maybe we'll do that. Like we'll pick four together. You know what I mean? Like 4 games a week.
Or like the TNT broadcast game or whatever.
Yeah, we could take the broadcast or as long as we get like 4 in there.
Idea, Ren.
Do what?
Let's just do it. Yeah, let's just make it a Thursday night. Same kind of format as, even though like Thursday night only has 2 or 3 games, maybe we could do something like that.
Or maybe, so we do, like 1 NBA and then 1 college, like the biggest college game of the week.
Yeah, we'll have to figure it out. Well, because like I know in college too, though, Saturday is like a big day for games. So I don't know.
I mean, we don't have to do them all.
It's loaded from big.
If we wanted to do like 1 and 1 or 2 and 2.
Yeah, like so we'd have to have all the picks in by like Thursday before tip-off of the NBA game, and you have to pick all your picks for the following week.
Oh, what about this? So Nick comes each week with 1 NBA bet that he wants, 1 college bet. Ryan comes with 1, I come with 1 each, and then we all have to choose of that bet which one we want as well. So that will give us 1 college, 1 NBA from each person, and then we all have to take that bet as well if we want to go against it or with it. For instance, if I wanted the Longhorns one week, I want the Longhorns -7. And then y'all could be like, no, fuck that. So I present the Longhorns, and y'all either choose the Longhorns or the other team. And then I choose 1 NBA game that I think is a lock, and y'all can either go with it or against it as well.
No, because I like people being able to like pick their own stuff and go.
That's what I'm saying. You do pick your own though, and you present it to us as well, and we go if we want to go against it or with it.
Yeah, but I'm still forced to play a game someone else has brought to me.
You're not you're. I see what you're saying. But if there's only 1 game, you're not picking it either way. It's the same thing as if we do 1 NBA game a week. This just makes it 3. You know what I'm saying? If we choose the Thursday night TNT game, we're forced to choose one or the other.
Well, I was just saying.
Sing us out because I'm on 9%.
Okay, yeah, we can figure this out later. Basketball's not up for a while, although it'll be here sooner than we think.
All hail the Chiefs. Later.
All right, later.